You wake up at 5 a.m. because the fluorescent lights snap on whether you are ready or not. The steel door at the end of the block buzzes open. You have about 4 minutes to get on your feet, pull on your jumpsuit, and move. By 6 a.m., you are on your knees in front of a commercial grease trap, scrubbing with a brush the size of your hand. The smell is exactly what you think it is. By the end of the week, everything you have earned will buy one phone call home. Your wage is 13 cents an hour. In Nevada, that is the average. In Alabama, Georgia, Arkansas, Mississippi, South Carolina, and Texas, the wage is zero. You do not get paid at all. You work because the other option is a disciplinary charge, loss of privileges, or solitary confinement. Solitary is a concrete room about the size of a parking space where you spend 23 hours a day alone with no natural light. So you show up, you scrub the grease trap, you earn your 13 cents. Work the math with the actual numbers in front of you. At 13 cents an hour, an 8-hour shift pays $1.04. A 5-day work week earns $5.20. A month of work, if you never miss a day and never get written up, earns roughly $22. The commissary is the prison store where you buy your own soap, deodorant, and toilet paper beyond the state-issued roll. Its prices are brutal. One box of tampons in Colorado costs 2 weeks of wages. A $10 phone card in Pennsylvania costs nearly 2 weeks of wages. A basic hygiene pack runs $15 to $20. The math does not work. It was never meant to work. Families send money from the outside to cover the gap. Across America, they deposit more than $3 billion a year into prison commissary accounts. The work itself is not light. You're in the laundry room before breakfast, loading industrial washers with 200 pounds of other people's clothes and linens. The steam in there at 6 a.m. sits at around 100 degrees. You might be in the kitchen standing over a commercial range for a 6-hour shift. You might be on a road crew outside the wire in summer heat, filling potholes for the State Department of Transportation. On the outside labor market, that job pays around $15 an hour. You earn 13 cents. The contractor pays the prison a flat rate. The prison keeps most of it, and you see the remainder. In federal prisons, Unicor employs about 22,000 incarcerated workers making furniture, clothing, and electronics for federal agencies. Unicor generates more than $500 million in sales every year. Those workers earn between 23 cents and $1.15 per hour. You are not a worker in any legal sense. You are inventory. You might be wondering how any of this is legal. The answer is in the Constitution. The 13th Amendment, ratified in 1865, abolished slavery. Most people know that. What most people do not know is the exact wording. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime, shall exist within the United States. That exception is not a typo. It is not a loophole discovered later. It is a carve out written directly into the document. Once a court convicts you of a crime, the constitutional protection against forced unpaid labor no longer applies to you. No minimum wage law covers you. No federal labor protection applies. No union can represent you. You cannot quit. The Constitution permits this. It was designed this way. This did not begin in the modern era. In 1908, in Birmingham, Alabama, a young black man named Green Cottonham was arrested for vagrancy. That meant he was walking while poor and black in the American South. He had no prior record. A judge convicted him in minutes and sentenced him to hard labor. The state of Alabama then leased him to the Tennessee Coal, Iron, and Railroad Company, which put him to work chained underground in the Pratt mines. He died of tuberculosis there in June of 1908. He was 22 years old. This system was called convict leasing, and it operated across the South from the end of the Civil War through the 1940s. States arrested newly freed black men by the thousands under laws written to criminalize their existence, and rented them to coal companies, timber operations, turpentine plantations, and railroads. The state collected the fee, the company got the labor, the men got nothing. In some camps, mortality rates exceeded those of slavery itself because companies had no long-term stake in keeping men alive. They could simply order more from the state. The wages you earn today at 13 cents an hour are different from what Green Cottonham faced. The chain is not around your ankle. The constitutional permission is the same. The economic logic is the same. The structure is the same. The system around you has multiple profit centers, and you are at the center of all of them. The state saves money because you clean, cook, do laundry, maintain the facility, and staff road crews at a fraction of what a civilian worker would cost. Private contractors pay the prison for access to your labor and pocket the difference between what they pay and what they would spend on a free worker. Unicor sells $500 million of goods to federal agencies. The commissary system, often run by private vendors, marks up basic goods 5 to 10 times retail price and collects $3 billion a year from your family. Every phone call runs through a private telecom company that charges between 21 cents and $1 per minute and splits the revenue with the prison. In 2016, incarcerated workers at the Holman unit in Alabama organized a work stoppage and demanded a minimum wage of $2 an hour. The leaders were transferred to solitary confinement within days and stayed there for more than 90 days. The wage did not change. When every actor in the system profits from your labor and the only legal tool available to you is a work stoppage that leads to solitary, the system does not need to respond to pressure. It only needs to wait. Researchers who study long-term incarceration call it institutionalization. When every decision in your life is made for you, when every hour is scheduled, and when every resource is provided or withheld by an institution, the parts of your brain that handle planning, initiative, and self-direction begin to atrophy. You wake up when they tell you, you eat when they tell you, you work when they tell you, you stop working when they tell you, you sleep when they tell you. After years of that, waking up without a buzzer and deciding what to do next becomes genuinely disorienting. This is not weakness. It is a predictable neurological response to an environment that removes all agency. Prisons are built to produce exactly that response. And the mattress is an inch thick. The blanket is thin. The water temperature in your cell is controlled from outside. You receive 1 roll of toilet paper a week and 1 bar of soap. None of this is designed to punish. It is designed to make you unable to function without the institution. A person who cannot function independently is easier to keep inside. The day you get out, the gate opens at roughly 7 in the morning. You receive what most states call gate money. In California, that is $200. In Texas, it is $50. In some states, it is nothing. You have a paper bag with whatever personal items you came in with, which after years inside may include a phone that no longer connects to any current network. You do not have a resume that employers will accept because prison labor does not appear as work history on any application. You have a criminal record, and studies show that a record disqualifies applicants from roughly 70% of job postings before a human being ever reads the application. You are standing outside a correctional facility, possibly far from your home, with $50 or $200, no current work history, no working phone, and a nervous system trained to wait for instructions that are no longer coming. Within 3 years, 68% of people released from American prisons are arrested again. Within 9 years, that number reaches 83%. The system frames this as failure. What it shows is a machine working exactly as built. You are back at the gate now, from the other side, watching someone else walk out. You remember your first week at the grease trap. You remember calculating that your week of wages could not cover a phone card. You remember your family sending money so you could call them with money they did not have either. The gate closes. What was built around you was never built to rehabilitate. It was built to extract. It was built to produce dependency. It was built to keep the labor supply flowing. The Constitution permits it. The profit motive requires it. The math, 13 cents an hour against a world that costs $15 an hour, all but guarantees that most people caught inside it will circle back. The door opens. The math says you will probably return. That is not a flaw in the design. That is the design.